Greetings and welcome to your weekly forecast, Thoth Tarot and Angel Message. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a timeless reading for the collective. It is a weekly reading, but whenever you come across this video, so if it's in the middle of the week, you get to do a look back and see how the cards that were pulled for the beginning of the week match up with how things happened for you in your life. However you find this video, it's the right time for you to be getting this message, and there's something in here that's going to give you some guidance or clarification, confirmation, affirmation, something on a situation you're working through, an issue that you've been facing and addressing, or something you know that's coming down the pike pretty darn soon. So we have got a very interesting, very unusual cards that have not come up in any readings on this channel ever yet. So I'm really excited to see what we've got, what we're looking at for our coming week's forecast. And if you haven't already liked and or subscribed to the video and or channel, you are invited to do that. It doesn't do anything for me personally. Financially, I don't get any money from these videos. This will never be a monetized channel, but it does help the YouTube algorithm, help other people find these videos and find this channel. And we know how much help the YouTube algorithm needs. So anything you want to do on that, when you comment and or share, it also helps with that. It also, anything that you do regarding anything online, when you comment on something, when you like something, even if you dislike something, if you put a thumbs down on something, you're connecting yourself energetically with that energy, with whatever it is that you're responding to. So just be mindful of not only what you are actually reading or listening to, watching, whatever, but as you're making those connections energetically. So if you find anything of value in this video and feel like liking and or commenting on it, it will also help with connecting to that energy as well. So let's go. What we're going to be doing is pulling a 3-card spread. The first card will be for Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday. The second card will be for the latter part of Wednesday and into Thursday and Friday. And then finally, the third card will be for the coming weekend. We'll also finally pull an overarching angel energy message from the Doreen Virtue Messages from Our Angels. Beautiful deck that I love, my vintage deck. And find out who the angel is that's going to be helping us navigate these energies for the coming week. So let's find out what we've got going. Let's look at our first card for Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday. We've got the Hierophant. This is the first time I've had the Hierophant come up in a reading on this channel. So I'm very, very interested in finding out what Hierophant is going to be telling us, what kind of Hierophant energy is coming through for us for the beginning of the week. So for Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday. The Hierophant represents the path of vow, 16 in the Tree of Life. It is the Sun in Sagittarius as a symbol for the teacher of inner values, and Jupiter in Pisces as the vision of eternity. And this is from the Cornax information online. The zodiac sign is Taurus, so very strong earth energy. The Hierophant is very strong, can be a little stubborn sometimes, can be a little obstinate, okay? Tree of Life representation from Chakma moving into Chesed, and obviously the element of earth. It does also, the Hierophant is the 5th card in the major arcana, representing the quintessence, the power that exceeds the 4 elements of earth, wind, air, fire. We come into the element of spirit, the element of source creation. The Hierophant is a symbol for a world of belief and confession. It may be a church or a group, an occult society. He's the Pope, the Druid, or the High Priest in a system of creeds and dogmas. He represents the religious and intellectual tradition of a person, and maybe the one the person is born to, or the one that the person has represented and chosen for himself. In energetic expression, this is a energy that is searching for hidden truths. We're looking for hidden truths. So trusting in our inner instincts, in our intuition, into our inner guidance and knowing. In a light aspect, it is wisdom and knowledge as an experience. Wisdom and knowledge as an experience independent from dogma, science, all of the rules and regulations. In the positive aspect, the Hierophant represents the search for knowledge and illumination, the desire to study creed and dogma instead of simply accepting them, to research and achieve further development. The Hierophant also stands for the deep fulfillment someone can find when really trusting their own beliefs. In a negative view, the Hierophant can stand for bigotry, the blind faith in dogma, intolerance toward anything that's different from our own experience. It can also mean gullibility, believing just about anything, running to any kind of new belief just because the traditional one is suddenly considered to be boring or out of place, unsatisfying. So for the beginning of the week, from Monday, Tuesday, into the first part of Wednesday, it may be a very introspective time. We may be getting a lot of information, intellectual information. If you're in school, if you're in college or in regular school, if you're in any type of classes through a church or religious organization in particular, or any type of faith at all, just be mindful. It's okay to question things. It's okay to ask those questions. And if anybody tells you, don't ask those questions. Why do you need that information? You don't need that information. Take another look at what you're looking at this person, at this situation. You are always approved to inquire. You are always given permission to ask the questions. Don't be worried about rocking the boat. Tip the damn boat over if you have to. Okay? If you are being led, called, pulled into getting more information, don't ignore that call. Okay, so for Monday, Tuesday, the first part of Wednesday, it's going to be an introspective start to our week. We're going to be looking at the reasons for why we're doing things, the reason why other people are doing things. We may be asking questions and getting information that makes us feel a little uncomfortable. We've talked about that a lot, how stretching our boundary, not our boundaries necessarily, but our definition of who we are, of transforming. We just had that reading. Transformation. We've been getting a lot of this information lately about, and the collective as a whole across the planet is being called, being invited, being encouraged and supported in this process of becoming who we are truly, not who we thought we were supposed to be or who somebody else told us we were supposed to be. And the Hierophant is here to tell you, yes, ask those questions, get more information. Don't be afraid. There is no fear if something is coming from love, if the inquiry is coming from a genuine desire to be more fully expressed in love, in joy, in peace. Those are your aims always. And with those three aims, you see him holding his scepter here with the three spheres: love, joy, peace. Okay? All the astrological signs all swirling around him. He just holds all of this information. He holds all of this knowledge. He holds space for you to get the information you're looking for. So that's what we're looking at for Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday. What have we got for the latter part of Wednesday and into Thursday and Friday? We have the Two of Swords representing peace. It almost feels like a dichotomy, right? A contradiction in terms, but it's not. It's not. This is Chakma, the Hebrew letter Chakma, through air. In astrology, it's the moon in the first decan of Libra. So very strong sense of balance. The Two of Swords are representing the beginning of analysis. Okay, so we got this information from the Hierophant. We got all of this wisdom. We got all of this knowledge. And we are beginning our analysis of that information. Putting the pure, undirected ideas of the Ace of Swords underneath separation and differentiation, to bring them toward a specific form, and you have an idea in mind. You know what it is that you're getting this information for. You know what it is you want. And you are simply acquiring the skills, the knowledge, the wisdom to be able to put that all together into something coherent that you can then live in your current manifestation, your current reality. So Chakma, the letter Chakma in the Hebrew alphabet, is representing creation and manifestation, showing the element of air, which is knowledge, information. So this is literally taking the information from the Hierophant and putting it into its best light, so that our minds get the best chance to indicate what our power is, what this information is, without showing or throwing any shadow. For the swords, this means peace, since the mind is at its highest potential when it's just opening its potential. In the traditional tarot, this card is represented by a woman who sits on a rock blindfolded, holding two swords crossed against her breast, representing indecision or having two or more choices to try to choose from. The purpose of this card is neutrality, being neither good nor bad. And so we have a quality of balance coming through as well. Again, like I said, Libra energy, very strong. So don't fear the information that we are getting for Monday, Tuesday, the first part of Wednesday. It can be a little confusing. There's just a whole lot of information coming at you all at once. Very strong, very heavy, weighty, earthy energy of that information coming through for the first part of Monday, Tuesday, and into the first part of Wednesday. And then for the latter part of the week, taking all of that information and filtering it through the Two of Swords peace energy, balance, where we find what is true and right for us. So what are we looking at for the weekend with all of this very strong earth, air energy? We have the Queen of Discs, so back to earth. We go back to center. The Queen of Discs is the queen of the thrones of earth. And we have had her come up in a lot of readings, especially recently. In the Hebrew letter, Bina is our representation for this card in the Tree of Life. In astrology, it is the 21st degree of Sagittarius, moving into the 20th degree of Capricorn. The Queen of Discs is the mother of earth, the mother of her element, the representation of water in the earth, which makes her the perfect mother, comforting and emotional as for the water, and stable and reliable as for the earth. In the driving energy for our weekend, we've got fertility, we've got feminineness, womanliness, security for family, home, and possessions. She is kind, charming, big-hearted, great-hearted, very truthful, stable, sensual. So coming into the weekend, it's like we're taking all of this energy of knowledge, of information from the Hierophant for Monday, Tuesday, the first part of Wednesday, distilling it down through the Two of Swords peace energy of the latter part of the week, and then dropping it into Queen of Discs manifestation. Queen of Discs is kind and tender, friendly and good-hearted. She has fine instincts and intuitions. She is strong and sensitive, protects her house and family, and cares, as well as for emotional and material well-being. She is calm and practical, and be a good, industrious worker. But because this queen lacks both the qualities of air and water, she can get a little unstable, a little foolish, without pride or intuition. She can easily get into needless dependence, addiction, and become too weak to free herself. Or even worse, get to the point where she's not even trying to be free and independent. So be mindful of the tendency to go kind of into the rabbit hole with all of this information that we're getting this week. Use your intuition. Use your grounded knowledge, wisdom, the energy that is coming from the earth itself, that be grounded. Understand that what you're working on is not something that's just a goal for right now. It is something that you're looking at for the rest of your life, for the rest of eternity. This is a big picture for you of all of the information that you got distilled down and then made manifest in reality. So very, very powerful reading for the week. Do not be surprised if a whole lot of information is coming at you Monday, Tuesday, the first part of Wednesday. And then all of a sudden you start feeling how it all makes sense, how it all comes together towards the latter part of the week. Don't be getting crazy into buying a whole bunch of things over the weekend to start this new plan. Don't get lost in the energy of the information itself. Don't get swept away with the winds of air. Remain and go back to ground, go back to center, go back to who you know you are truly, not what everybody says you are or who they think you are, who you think they think you are supposed to be. Come back to center. Come back to being in your element, being in your power, being in your stability, being in your security. Okay? You are way more powerful than you think you are. I say this all the time, and here we are, right here in this reading, clear as day. Okay? So, who is the angel that's going to be watching over us throughout this week? We've got Angel Ariel. I love her. She is, I see with the image of this card, a creation energy. This is a Holy Spirit energy being that has not actually manifested physically in this reality. And normally we in our 3D human eyeballs cannot always see energetic beings. In fact, most of the time you can't see it with your eyes, with the physical eyeballs you've got in your head. They just aren't designed, those cones and rods and the retina and all of that stuff, they aren't designed to pick up those frequencies. But our third eye can see clearly. And Ariel is coming through very clearly. She brings that divine wisdom. She brings that divine knowledge. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. And we should always have this before us. We should always start the day, end the day, have it in the middle of the day. It doesn't really matter the timing. I actually do it all 3 times and throughout the day. You come back to that mindfulness moment of contemplation, meditation. You don't have to, I remember a story about street sellers in New Delhi who are Hindu, Buddhist, practicing their faiths, practicing their practice while they're vending their food on the grill. Somebody comes up and asks for a kebab. They, get one off of the grill, take the money, pass back the change. All of the time they are in this contemplative state. They were meditating before the customer came up, and they go right back into that same place of meditation as soon as the customer is done. As soon as the transaction is over, they go right back to center. So Ariel will be available to us for this week as we're going through this, getting all of this information, getting all of this knowledge, getting all of this hard data air, lots of air energy, right? And then very, very strong earth energy coming in and making it filter through more air energy and then coming back to earth. So we have a very strong balance, very strong give and take, ebb and flow, waves going up and down. Don't be worried when the wave rises up underneath you. Understand it's going to come back down. Remain in that state of contemplative wonder, of accepting the experience without judgment, without condemnation, understanding that information you're getting is all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense, and you're going to see how to best utilize it to make your own self more strong, more secure, and by association, your entire family, your larger world, your sphere of influence, and as a result, the collective, because we are all connected. So yes, yes. Let's see, we've got the full spread right here for you. So again, starting with the Hierophant for Monday, Tuesday, the first part of Wednesday, going and getting a lot of information, looking for reasons why we're doing the things that we're doing, and maybe considering changing how we're doing things through the Two of Swords for the latter part of the week, and then coming into the Queen of Discs energy over the weekend, going from earth to air to earth to air. It's all very balanced. If we don't let it run away from us, or run away with us, don't get swept away by the air, don't get like buried in the earth. You want to always maintain that sense of balance, that sense of integrity within yourself. And Ariel is available to help us navigate this whole thing. So I am really excited to see what happens with our week this week. It's going to be a very full week of lots of things moving. This is going to be a very strong, energetic week. And all we are supposed to be doing at this point is getting the information, allowing it to filter, and then watching it express in our lives in the 3D reality. So no worries, right? No stress. Oh, I love you guys. You are so amazing. This is going to be a phenomenal week. Have fun with it. Okay, remember, you are in control. This is your life. You're in charge. So if you don't like the way it's going, choose a different direction. It's that simple. You're the driver. You're in the driver's seat. You got your hands on the steering wheel. You're deciding where you're going to steer this guy. Okay? So I love you. Have the most amazing, fantastic week. Namaste and ciao for now.